Okay, hi. My name is Sarah Buzevci, and I'm here with my colleague Alexandra Cornet from the Health and Development Foundation.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. We're going to take part in a participant panel a little bit later today, but we thought, we're not sure how much time we'll have to discuss our program, so we wanted to take a couple minutes to record a video about Text for Baby Russia and some of our other mobile health programs, in case anybody is interested in learning about them. And we'd be really happy to hear any feedback from people who are working in the same area, who are interested in working in the same area in mobile health education or maternal and reproductive health. I'd be happy to have your feedback. So first of all, just briefly about our organization, the Health and Development Foundation. We're a Russian NGO. We've got over 10 years of experience developing and implementing public health education campaigns. And as I said, now one of our main mHealth programs is Text for Baby Russia. And maternal and child health and reproductive health is one area of our focus, but we also have programs in youth healthy lifestyles, substance abuse prevention, HIV education, and a lot more. And while Text for Baby Russia, which is SMS Mommy in Russian, well, that's our main mHealth program right now. We actually started out with a program which was SMS messaging to intravenous drug users. I think that was about 2007 when we started that one. I say we weren't there yet, but our organization started that program. And it was a natural evolution from training and counseling of intravenous drug users on substance abuse cessation and HIV. And we moved from training to using SMS messages to keep patients within the treatment cycle. So to prevent dropout, basically, patients got text messages giving support and information about treatment centers. And that was a pretty successful program. So now we have Text for Baby Russia, and we're about to launch a program on assisted reproductive technologies, IVF treatment for women. It's going to be a information and support program for women going through IVF treatment. It'll have both offline and online components and an SMS component. And Alexandra is going to talk about that in a little bit. So that's just a bit about us. And I think at this point, Alexandra wanted to go into a little bit about the Russian health background, tech background, and literacy background.
Yeah, sure. A few words about Russia in terms of health. Of course, well, I would like to say that we have a rather low level of health awareness in Russia, and we suffered a population decline for the last 20 years. And I'm proud to say that 2012 is actually the year when finally a number of births was higher than number of deaths in Russia. That's a great success of our nation. And also somewhat success is the mobile coverage near 100% in Russia, even in the most rural areas, almost everywhere mobile phones work. And that is why actually we decided to launch our mHealth programs throughout Russia to boost the health awareness and to give necessary information about health to people who need it most. And by the way, we don't have that good coverage of the internet in Russia because some regions don't have connection at all. But we have a rather active community, one of the most active communities in the Eastern Europe actually. And we have cheap mobile internet in major cities. So that is why our programs actually use mHealth and use the internet component in it.
And also, we should mention, some of these are some facts that make our program a little bit different than some of the other programs we've been talking about. And we should also mention that Russia has an extremely high literacy rate. So we don't have any problems with worrying about people being able to read text messages. Yeah, so what is it, like 98%, Alexander?
Yes, it's around 98%. It was almost 100% in the Soviet Union, and then it changed a bit because of the way that our republics are developing. So there are national languages, and there are problems in literacy in Russian. So there's a bit of cultural difference now.
But overall, it's not a big problem for our programs. Okay,
Yeah.
so text for baby Russia, and here's the Russian name, SMS Manya, which means SMS to mom, as you can see there. So what are the goals of Text for Baby Russia? We want to get information to new and expectant moms about health. And we want to encourage healthy and responsible behavior from both parents. So the program is free and open for subscription for moms and for the relatives, friends, family members, anybody who wants to participate. And another key goal is to increase adherence to medical care to get women to the doctor regularly at regularly scheduled times. More on that in just a moment. So as I said, it's 2 to 3 texts a week. It's all free. There are no ads or spam or product placement in any of the messages. And you can get the program is designed to be received during pregnancy and the first year of the child's life. So pregnancy and newborn. And it's available throughout Russia. As Alexander said, we don't really have a big problem with mobile coverage. And when I say any type of phone, obviously any type of phone that can receive text messages, it's fine. It doesn't have to be a smartphone. And the messages cover a variety of information. We've got nutrition, exercise, when to visit the doctor, like as I mentioned, adherence to medical care. So, for example, if you're signed up to the program and at a certain point you'll get a reminder that at this point in your pregnancy you should get an ultrasound or you should get a blood test, or at this point in your child's development you need to visit the doctor for this test, etc. Messages about substance abuse prevention, right, like smoking cessation or drinking during pregnancy, government benefits available, breastfeeding, developmental milestones, other things like that. Yes, and I should have mentioned earlier, of course, that the program is based on the US program Text for Baby, which many of you are probably familiar with. Excuse me. But it's important to emphasize that while it's sort of based on the template of that US program, all of the messages in our program were developed by Russian specialists, were developed by specialists from the Ministry of Health, from other leading medical specialists, and adapted to Russian cultural and social and economic specificities. So it's not just that we took a foreign program and sort of implanted it in Russia, it's really developed specifically for Russian women. So examples of this are, right, as I mentioned, government benefit packages and so forth that are available to pregnant women and new mothers in Russia, details about legal information, details about doctors and state clinics, etc. Okay, so a little bit about our partners. So the program was started within the framework of the U.S.-Russia Bilateral Presidential Commission, and our founding sponsor is Johnson & Johnson. We get support from the U.S. Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies Coalition. Vaxiva is our technical partner in the U.S., and Baby Center, the international site and organization, is a partner. Within Russia, we have support, most importantly from the Ministry of Health and Social Development. And a big support has been the Kulikov Center. This is a leading OBGYN center in Russia that is actually a part of the Ministry of Health, federal institution. And we've also got a lot of support from the Ministry of Youth Policy. So in terms of government support, it's clear why and how federal support is important, right, to launch the program and get support for the program at that level. And also really important at the regional level, like, for example, I mentioned the Ministry of Youth Policy. At the regional level, they've sent out a number of supporting letters to their regional offices. They have I believe it's what is it? What are they called, Alexander? Like the family affairs centers, I think, something like that. Anyway, so letters supporting our program, which is informing a lot, a mass of women. That's great publicity. And government support and government promotion, of course, assists in getting more information about us on regional government media, right? TVs, media, and websites. So, okay, it's a brief overview of the program and government involvement, and I'll turn things back over to you, Alexander, to talk about some of our subscription channels, how we sign women up to the program.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, internet promotion is an important part of our enrollment strategy because Russians tend to be using internet more and more, and it is one of the most developing communities in Europe, as I said before. So obviously we have our own site, smsmami.ru, where participants can subscribe to the messages itself and receive any information about the program. And we also have partner websites where we have information and advertisement of our program. We also have emails that we send out to the subscribers of the partners website. For example, Baby Center helped us a lot with that. So we also use context advertisements in the search engines, both in Google and in the Russian search engines. And we use a lot of social media to promote the positive image of our program. So you can see below, of course, that's Facebook and Twitter. And we also have vk.com, which is Russian Facebook, basically. They have almost the same features, but it was first to come in Russia and to conquer the market of the Russian users because Facebook had no Russian interface for some time. So we also use webinars for our programs because sometimes we find that SMS are not enough for participants. Well, I'll say a few words about this later. And as I said, we have a developing market for the smartphone users in the major cities. We have a rather large market for mobile internet, so we are working on it actually at the moment at the development of the smartphone application for our program. So moving on, we also as we have a partnership with the Ministry of Health, we have access to the doctor channel, and here you can see the leaflet with information about our program. It also includes some information about social benefits available for women. And this partnership where we deliver information about our program and deliver information that is crucial for Ministry of Health enables us to get access directly to patients. So we basically have doctors discussing our program with patients, and it goes in all Russia, in all the regions. We are actually very proud of it. Moving on, a few words about our social media. Here you can see this screenshot of our community in vk.com, which I mentioned earlier. So we basically post some fun stuff, some entertaining stuff here because we would like to promote the positive image of our program, but we also have some necessary information about health here. But well, as you know, most of the users of social media tend to be having fun there, so we decided why not have fun with us. That's great, I think. And a few words about webinars. As I said, some of our participants find that SMS are not always enough. We have live webinars for them to discuss some aspects of health for the pregnant women. And for example, this slide you can see it's about sports for pregnant women. And I think that is a very necessary part, but we should always remember that we are here not to substitute doctors. Actually, we are trying to promote, to support women and tell them to go see the doctor if they feel sick, or for the regular observations, because this is actually necessary. And any program can substitute medical expert, so we should always remember that.
Sorry, let me just add a quick note, is that initially there was concern from the medical community, you know, what is this? Is this program attempting to supplant doctors, to take over the role of doctors? So that was actually a big concern. And so there was, luckily, since we had the support from the chief neonatologist of the Russian Ministry of Health, I think there were a couple of articles in the media reassuring doctors that no, this program is not intended to take over your role, but in fact to encourage women to talk to doctors about things they might have questions about.
Yeah, it may sound fun now, but that was a real problem back then. And probably you saw some of my posts about how people in Russia, especially elderly people, meet something new. So that was a real problem, and we are really happy that we came up with this collaboration with Ministry of Health and with doctors, and this program was launched and now working for everyone. That's great. So a few words about our project, IVF ART School for patients, for infertile couples. This idea actually grew from trainings that we conducted offline, and so we decided that this program should go online and be available for everyone, because we all know that we can conduct trainings for everyone. It can be one training in the city, and so many difficulties with that. And this program actually uses some basic components that are available in SMS Mami, in Text for Baby Russia. So this includes SMS support, webinars, and social media. I also created a video for you, and I will post a link under this video in the post for the YouTube video. It is in Russian, but there are subtitles that you can turn on in YouTube. And probably that's it.
That's it. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that we wanted to give you a brief overview of our programs. And so the IVF ART School we're planning to launch in January. And I don't remember if I mentioned before, we also have an upcoming youth program that's going to involve text messaging as well in the near future, but with a less specific launch date. So like we said, we'd be really happy to hear from anybody who's working in some of these areas, who's interested in our program, have comments about our programs, want to know more, please come visit us. So this is our organization website. We're going to be redoing the website pretty soon, but it should be the same address. And as Andrew said, this is the Russian language website of Text for Baby Russia, so you can anyway just stop by and see what it looks like. Please do follow us on Twitter. This is our organization Twitter account. Here's the Text for Baby Russia Twitter account. And we recently started this new blog. It's a weekly digest in English of Russian language health news from the Russian language media about topics that we're interested in, like youth health, HIV, substance abuse, and health, reproductive health, and so forth.
Okay, so don't hesitate to write us any questions about Russia, any questions about public health. We are always ready to share our experience with you. That would be great.
About yours. So thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.